Man, I ain't been out in the sun too long, but I'm starting to get dark already. It's blazing out here today. Anyway, how y'all doing? That's good. That's good. First off, the only reason why I'm putting this video out is because I got something to say. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm not gonna pour salt on the wound of what's going on in Baltimore. I do not believe in destroying property. I do not believe in destroying businesses. And I do not believe in destroying human beings. I don't care who it is. Um, my race of people have had a very, very beautiful history. It's just too bad that they don't really know enough about it going forward. There are those who do. They should be our leaders because I think one of the most important things that you want to do is you want to teach the appropriate and the positive history of a culture and then educate it properly. Um, I believe our educational system in this country has failed us across the board. Not to say that it is totally just failed everybody. It services the chosen ones, but it does give um, a decent enough education to start the process of learning for every human being that partakes in it. I just don't believe that we're doing our best when it comes to education, and I don't think the funding and the money's there. But then again, like I said, I mean, I just think that certain people have a plan, an agenda, and not putting a lot of money into education as part of that agenda. So moving on. Um, yeah, I said I'm not going to pour salt onto the wound of what's going on in Baltimore because I know there's a lot of painful people, a lot of hurt down there. Um, I'm not going to get into the whole racial thing because I know that we have a history of creating racial problems in our country, and there are a few thousand people that basically would love to see a nice race riot, race war going on in this country. They would have their heyday, and they're still out there trying to create that. Um, I will say that I think that white men, white police officers who have killed so many black men as of late have a serious problem. Their community has a serious problem right now because they need to heal these men, find out who these men are, hold them accountable, and get them the help that they need. But it's obvious that if you are killing other human beings, especially killing them when they do not have ways or means of protecting themselves, there is something seriously wrong with that, and it needs to be addressed. And to tell you guys the truth, I really don't think it is being addressed. Um, I don't know what the problem is, but I already have solutions for that problem. Um, I say that, to people going forward too. Also, I believe that when you understand history and you have a positive and truthful history in your face about your culture, you refrain from doing the crazy things that we do sometimes as a people. Um, I believe that now that I've said what I had to say, I think that the most important piece coming, going forward, is that there is definitely tremendous amounts of therapy needed on all sides. A lot of people in our country need therapy for good reason, and I just think that therapy has taken a bad rap, over the years. Um, to me, therapy is not just going to seeing somebody, but it's different, writers that we have that are basically trying to be very healing to us, that are coming forward and letting us know about meditation, exercise, music, um, all these different, factions of healing at our disposal. And we basically do very little about it because we're so caught up in our world, um, this distracted, crazy, hectic consumerism world of ours. Um, so going forward, you know, um, I'm not going to pour salt on the wound, like I said. What's going on in Baltimore? I know that if people basically had the correct and very important positive history about who you were, you wouldn't have to destroy anything because the most important thing to do at a time like this here when you're hurt the most is to go inside yourself and meditate and to think and to build. Because see, when you do the opposite, you're going backwards, and then you're still going to have to come forward to basically to live your life anyway, because that's what life is. It's a forward motion of things. So my thing is, the healingness. I want to go out to all people, not just in Baltimore, people in Nepal, different places. There's tragedies and traumas all over the world. The crazy thing is that you know what, we get caught up, man, in the media and the news and stuff like this. And the sad and crazy thing is that every single human being should just get up in the morning, man, and just hey, your feet hit the floor, you know, be spiritual, you know, holler at your God, you know what I'm saying? Pray. I mean, do what whoever it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we need to be able to be understanding and respectful of all of this. And the sad and crazy thing is you can't force it down somebody's throat to be respectful of what and who you are and whatnot because you have the greatest God. And the truth of the matter is, if your God is forcing you to basically kill somebody or hurt somebody, then ooh, easy, Wilbur. You know. So the important thing is that to get it correct and get it right, and not to be so fanatical, so crazy with things, and to be so extreme. Because yeah, a friend of mine posted on Facebook the other day, just yesterday, about what about the kids trying to sleep? What about the elderly getting around? What about all these people outside of yourself because of what you're doing, and you just tearing things up, but you're not just tearing things up, man. You're ripping out the souls and the spirits of people, human beings, and I mean, and people seem to forget, there were so many white people that basically were part of civil rights and stuff like this here, and they think it's a black thing. Listen, African history period, is not just about races of people. It's just about people. The color of your skin is so tremendously insignificant that you know what? It doesn't matter because a fireman is going to go into a building and pull your monkey behind out of it, okay, and does not care who you are. Does not care. God does not care who you are, okay? Your spirituality, doesn't care who you are. Your connection is what matters with human beings. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, you know? I mean, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't. All I'm trying to say is that we can do better than this because that's who we are.